Folks, what we have here is the Audi SQ6. And yes, it's electric SUV. And let's look at some of the spec sheet. The drivetrain, the transmission, the battery. Drive type, all-wheel drive. Number of electric motors. And the front axle, rear axle, 1-to-1. Electrical output, 360. Electrical torque output, 275. 580 and 202.8 and 427.8. The battery type, lithium ion. Gross net battery capacity, 194.9. Max charging, 11 to 270. Charging time, 600. Onboard voltage, 12, and voltage level of the HV battery in volts, 800. Now that's a lot of electrical stuff. Now the suspension and steering and braking in this. The type and design of the front axle suspension, 5-link front axle. Type and design of the rear axle suspension, 5-link rear axle. Tires, 255, 50R20, 285, 45R20. The wheels, cast aluminum, flow forming, 8.5 by 20, cast aluminum, flow forming, 10 by 20. The steering is electromechanical, progressive steering with speed dependent power assistance. Steering ratio, 16:3. Turning circle, 12.1 or 39.7 feet. Brake system, ESC, ABS, EBD, brake unit, hydraulic brake assist, front aluminum fixed calipers, rear floating calipers with integrated electronic parking brake. Brake discs, front and rear, 375, 14.8, or 350, or 13.8 inches. And that is the front and the rear. Performance. Top speed is 142 miles per hour. Electrical acceleration, which is basically 0 to 62, 4.4 seconds, which is quite fast. But for the money, there are others that can do it in half the speed. Electrical range combined in kilometers, you're talking about anywhere from 351.1 to 371.6. That's a good range. That's a really good range. Electrical power consumption combined, 18.4 to 17.5. We're talking about 62.1 miles. And that again, the CO emissions, of course, none. And the class is a Class A vehicle. Now, servicing and service internals, 2 years. Vehicle paint and rust is 12 years. Insurance classification in Germany. Third party, fully comprehensive. Part comprehensive, of course, let's say in 2029, 26. That don't apply to here, United States. Now we're talking about the weights. The weights being the unladen weight without driver, 2350 and 2425. That's the front and the back. Of course, the back is going to weigh more. And then you have the gross weight, the limit in kilograms, also pounds. The gross weight of this vehicle being in pounds, like 6,536 pounds. On the front and rear axle. Yep, because when you put those two together, you put the 375 together, 3,075, and then you have 3648.7. That's pounds, folks. That's a lot. And when you do the math, for some reason, it still come out the gross weight limit. And that's the weight limit being 6,536 pounds. Roof load being 220.5 pounds. And the dimensions, unitary steel, aluminum composite construction. Of course, number of seats, fit 5 people. You're talking about the drag coefficient being at 29.4. The weight height. That's the height from, I guess it talks about the feet, the 5.6. 5.6 inches. 5.4 to 5.6. Vehicle length. Now, all these specifics don't really mean anything. I mean, we all know how big the vehicle is, but when you go through the numbers, sometimes it's just really interesting to look at this. Some of these, but some of those that really, really matter. Overhang angle and rear and digress. You ain't gonna really want to know these numbers unless you're going off-roading. And who takes a Audi off-roading? If you want to go off-roading, you buy a Jeep, or or you would buy some other off-road vehicle. To see super off-roading, of course, a Jeep. You don't get a Range Rover to go off-roading. I mean, if you're going over nice, smooth terrain, that's when you buy those kind of vehicles. Well, when you really want to go off-roading, you get something like a Jeep or something like that. But again, these are the dimensions in the body. Luggage capacity being 53.6. That's cubic feet. And here we have it, folks. The Audi SQ6. It's an awesome vehicle. I'm going to be comparing this to other vehicles. I'm not going to really say much about it, but the price is high. And it is high as a Tesla Model X. And that's a plaid model. That's why I look at this and I laugh. And I'm like, this costs as much as a plaid model. And I'm like, wow, they really missed the mark here. Because that Model X plaid is one hell of a vehicle. I seen one of those in the showroom floor, and now I'm just awestruck. My next video, I'll be comparing them both too. So stay tuned. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. And thanks for coming by.